Well, that was weird. Weapons is a 2025 horror mystery directed by Zach Cregger of Whitest Kids You Know fame, of Barbarian fame, most likely. You recognize him. Stars Julia Gardner, Josh Brolin, Benedict Wong. The cast is relatively really good in this movie. I just want to say that right off the bat. Weapons is about an entire elementary class that just completely disappears all at the same time. All the kids leave their house at 2:17 a.m. except for one little kid named Alex. And throughout this whole movie, we get a vantage point of view type of storytelling narrative. So we get a chapter with Justine, who is the teacher of the class that went missing. We get Archer, who is Josh Brolin's character, who is one of the fathers. We get Benedict Wong's character, who is the principal. So, like, it is kind of cut up into chapters, which is a cool thing. I was not expecting where this movie was going. Like, I remember sitting halfway through it, and I'm just like, I still have no idea what is really happening, just because of the way that it's structured. This is all spoiler-free for right now, but when later on, I'm definitely going to get into spoilers. Don't worry about that. On my positives, I do want to say that I think that the cast is really good. In this movie, you see a lot of characters with a lot of flaws, and I don't know if that was like super intentional, but there's just a lot of gross characters in this movie. There's a lot of characters that just kind of suck. I loved everyone who played their part. You get pretty good performances from Josh Brolin and Julie Gardner. There's some characters that I just wish I had a little bit more of because of how good they were, and I'll talk about that later. Another positive I really want to say is that the cinematography for this movie is incredible. Like, from the first shot, you get a very interesting, like, the majority of the interesting shots were in the trailer, which kind of suck, but it did sell it a little bit. But there's a ton of really interesting transitions, and it's just such a beautiful film. One more positive here, I think that the story is, like, actually original. Like, we never really get a bunch of originality. So, like, I very much appreciated how this was kind of a relatively new idea, and it was weird. And I appreciate it being weird. It's not a downfall that it's weird for me. There's other things that make it a downfall for me. But it's a weird movie, and I love weird shit. Things that I just didn't really vibe with all that much. There's a lot of comedic timing, and one of the comedic timings is like such a huge downfall for the movie. But like, overall, I thought the movie was kind of funny, and I didn't mind that. I think that, like, the theater that I was at, laughed a bunch. But I thought it was all earned laughter. I don't think it was, like, over the top. It gets there, but I would also say that I don't know if I like the way that the film's structured. It is structured in chapters based on the characters that you follow. So there's Justine's chapter, there's Archer's chapter. We get all of these chapters, and there's a lot of chapters that, like, it's cool to see how all of their stories and how everything kind of fits in and like meets up in a perfect tandem. But, like, it's not as interesting as I thought it would be. There's like 2 or 3 characters probably that could just be cut entirely from this movie, and I don't think it would be that big of a deal. So yeah, it's fine, but like, once you actually get to a really important part of the movie, it feels like it just like drags, because we've already been through a shit ton of stuff. Interesting stuff nonetheless, but I just want to get the payoff now. Like, I feel like I've earned it. I want to figure it out, and then I want a good, satisfying ending. Instead, it feels like here's a bunch of exposition about how all of these other people are and how they're dealing with all of these children going missing. And then it's like the last big chunk is like, oh, okay, well, now we have a perspective of somebody else during that entire time. Then we pay it off. And it's like we're already at the end We've already been like dick teased for so much. Stop edging me, Weapons. Stop edging me, please. Take that out of context. So like I don't think I can talk like negatively about this movie unless I give a spoiler warning. So spoiler warning, if you have not watched Weapons, please go watch Weapons. That's the one thing I do want to get across. Like I still think I can kind of recommend this movie. I think it is not as like divisive. I mean, it's going to be divisive. People are not going to like this movie. People are going to love this movie. I think it's more of a positive film. I enjoyed myself a lot watching it. But yeah, I think overall it is a fine movie. It is a fine film to go see. From now on, spoilers. You've been warned. Something that I absolutely hate about this fucking movie is probably the most interesting character of this entire film is shown, and like we get the big payoff that this character is the big bad super late into the movie. So it follows everybody's chapters. So at first we get Justine drinking a lot. Obviously she's dealing with a lot, but there's like red herrings in the film that kind of make you feel like people know more than what they really do. The problem with that is that they do the red herring thing with Justine, and then the person that she sees, the police officer, who honestly could have not even been in this movie. He's just the worst character in the world. Like, he's such a fucking asshole. Yeah, we do like the red herring thing with her and then with the police officer, and then that's it. Like, we don't get any other red herrings, and then it's kind of just like nonsense for a while, because it does get weird. So when we get to the final portion, which is Alex, the kid that the only kid that's still in the class, it feels like we have to go through all of this over again, when in previous chapters, like Justine's chapter or Archer's chapter, we've already been teased. You know what I mean? Like, we've already seen what the fuck is happening with Benedict Wong. Take a break. We're gonna explain all of this over from the beginning. And it's like, so the Alex part really is like a slow burn to get through. But once it actually picks up, it's like, oh shit, this is actually pretty fucking interesting. I'm having a good time now. The other problem is the ending. Remember when I said that I definitely appreciated and liked certain aspects of the comedic timing in this horror movie? Yeah. Well, they decide to not pay it off in a scary way, which I guess it still is scary. Like, if I can like mentally block out the comedy in that and try my best to just focus on like the horrific aspect of the ending. So essentially we get this brand new character who is Alex's aunt, who is played by Shanice from Uncle Buck. Amy Madigan. She is fantastic, and I just realized that she has been in actually a bunch of shit lately, which is really cool. She is arguably the best thing about this movie. Arguably the best thing. Glattus. So essentially, Glattus has this like magic tree. I just assume that Glattus is just a witch because that's just a cooler thing. She like dolls up her face. She looks fantastic. She looks like Ronald McDonald, honestly. And her acting is really, really great. She has this magic tree that she can control people or weaponize people. She weaponizes people by taking a branch from this thorned tree, wrapping the person or I guess the victim that she wants to victimize around the thorn, cutting her finger with one of the thorns, spreading blood all over it, and then snapping the stick. Fucking cool, by the way. And the way that that's shown, the way that that is first shown, Benedict Wong and his husband in their kitchen, is the coolest thing. Like, it is actually rad. Like, that is such a cool concept. It honestly feels like such an original, like a 4-year-old, and I mean this the best way. A kid came up with this, and then an adult was like, that's a really good fucking idea. So like, I wonder if like the people who worked on this movie still have that, like, you know, Barbarian was kind of like that. So it's fun horror, and I like that a lot. So yeah, we get Glattus for like maybe 30 minutes, maybe. Like, she does some jump scares throughout the movie, and that's like the weird part about this whole fucking movie is like, you don't know what's going on, but you're getting like Ronald McDonald jump scares throughout the movie. So like, I guess it is technically all connected, and I can piece together why they decided to do certain things, but it's just like the payoff isn't that crazy. The end is that Glattus was the reason that she stole all of these kids. I don't know. She did like a spell. She like did like this weird spell where Alex got a bunch of personal items from his classroom, and then she like ripped them up in this bowl and then like lit it on fire. And like all the kids woke up at 2:17, ran to the house. It's a pretty cool scene. There's some flaws, some weird gaping holes in the logic of the film with this scene, but nonetheless, it's a really cool scene. Alex ends up like turning the kids on her, which is really, really cool. But it is played off in the most Benny Hill goofy ass way I've ever seen in my entire life. It honestly feels like a John Hughes film. Glattus is like running away from this horde of children who are like legitimately breaking through walls and windows to try to get to her. Really cool, and honestly terrifying. She is screaming the entire time, and so are the kids. They are running through houses and like yards, and like we're getting this like comedic reaction from the family, like, oh, holy shit, oh my god, who are you? And it's just like these kids are just like running through, and it's the cuts are just so comedic, like it's a funny chase scene. And then when they actually get to her, they like maul the fuck out of her, and it's gory as shit. This would have been so fucking terrifying if it was just done in the scary way and not the comedic way. I think it's funny that it's done in the comedic way, but like I think that part specifically takes me completely out of the film, because this is the buildup of what you wanted. Like this is what I've waited for. I want the satisfying conclusion, and instead I get Shanice from Uncle Buck running from a horde of kids who just eat her, basically. Now that I'm verbally processing it, I really did not like the end of the movie. Also, what the fuck is... Okay, listen, when Josh Brolin's character Archer has this bad dream sequence where he sees his son running from the house, follows him, and then like they go directly back to the house, so it's like a mirror. There's a floating AK-47 above the house. There is probably a 0.4% of my brain that was like, is this the monster of the movie? Are we going to get a sentient floating AK-47 from the sky kidnapping children? There was a very small part of me that thought that was going to happen, but I don't know what the fuck that's... I mean, I understand it's symbolizing things, weapons. I guess it's a weird movie. It's a weird movie, and I enjoyed it. But I guess that just tells you how much I actually did enjoy it, because the ending I thought was terrible. Tonally terrible. How about that? Tonally terrible. I will rate that movie, that ending, tonally terrible. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess it just shows you how much I actually did enjoy the film, that I can still recommend it. Still don't like the ending, tonally. I still had a good time. So overall, I think it is a good movie. It is a good movie. Tonally, I think it's completely fucked at the end. It's labeled as a horror mystery, and honestly, I think it should have another little asterisk there, and it should say comedy. I'm not kidding. There's a lot of comedic... Okay, I just watched fucking Charlie. I just watched Critical's video about it, right? And he talks about the scene where... Okay, so Josh Brolin and Justine... I'm doing the thing that fucking he did in his video. Archer and Justine go to Alex's house where Glattus is doing this to. They have like their parents comatose and shit. I don't even know if this is actually an aunt, honestly. Might just be a succubus witch. So they get to the house, and as they're at the house, they run into two characters from before, the cop and the drug addict. And there's this like prolonged fight scene where this drug addict is being thrown around the room by Archer. So like Archer's throwing him around like the kitchen and the living room. And I know shit tell you, this happened for like 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes straight of Josh Brolin throwing this guy around and it going quiet, and then the guy going, ah, and getting back up and doing it again. Like 2 minutes straight of this happening. And it's like, this is kind of the climax of the movie. Why are we paying this off with comedy? When I went to the movies, I was just like, I don't know if I honestly don't know if I want to watch this again. Like, I don't know if I would want to go through that again. And now I probably will. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you like this, like and subscribe. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Go see Weapons. Or don't. I don't know. Don't listen to anything I say. Just go see it and form your own opinion.